time to dive into the earnings from Palo Alto. We bring in our guests to discuss Palo Alto, Dr. Chris Pierson, CEO at Black Cloak, Trevor Walsh, equity research analyst at Citizens JMP. Thank you both for being with us. Trevor, some of your thoughts on what we saw from Palo Alto. We saw the earnings beat, but there were some metrics that people had a little bit of worry about. Tell me a little bit about what your thoughts were.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole. I think there's always a lot of kind of discussion around billings for Palo Alto, at least historically. And I think they definitely got some questions on that metric. But I think it's important for investors to remember that the company has really shifted their guided metrics, at least on the top line front, to NGS ARR, so that next gen security recurring revenue, as well as RPO, which is a little bit of a different kind of, I guess, tone or kind of a look for Palo Alto. But the company's actually moved their go-to-market to actually optimize around those metrics. So kind of focusing on the legacy billings metric is probably not the right way to kind of look at the stock from a kind of on an ongoing basis. Because again, the sales motion, everything that the company is doing internally is to kind of, again, optimize around these new metrics that they're now tracking. So if there was worries around the metrics, I think it was more kind of, again, in that legacy look back of billings.
Right, understood. So the billings declined, and that may have been a little bit of a worry, but security is still a top spend overall. Dr. Chris Pierson, some of your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that overall the results for Palo Alto are positive. They're in line with expectations. The earnings per share is, $1.56 earnings per share. 148 was what the consensus was going to be. And the revenue, $2.14 billion, beat expectations of $2.12 billion. The fact of the matter is that right now, Palo Alto is actually really, really working hard on this platformization strategy, where they're actually taking multiple disparate products and creating a platform that over the long term is going to serve them better. The most recent acquisition they made in September of 2024 was QRadar. So a SIM, a security incident event monitoring tool that also builds into it AI. These are going to be capabilities that actually extend Palo Alto Networks well into the future and are smart long-term plays. So really, really interesting in what they've been doing for the past few years with their acquisitions in this area and how they're really building a platform as opposed to a sole product.
Yeah, and look, how about the 2-for-1 stock split? I'm not sure if you were expecting that overall, Trevor. That'll take effect, I think, once they start trading on the 16th. But folks, obviously some will like that, making it more affordable for folks because it's a $400 stock. 2-for-1 stock split, good idea?
Yeah, I think obviously, I think Palo Alto wants to get their stock out to as many kind of different potential buyers as possible. And I think from management's perspective, it was really a signal of kind of the momentum that they feel in the business. And again, just the confidence kind of in the go forward strategy, whether that's around the stock split itself or the platformization play, as Mr. Pierson alluded to. Yeah, there's just, I think, a lot of kind of positive things in this. I think just as really just a sample or an exact example of kind of where they think things are going and the momentum they have in the business.
I mean, they call themselves a premium platform for cloud security. Would you agree with that phrase? Chris?
Absolutely. I mean, once again, Palo Alto over the past few years has purchased, acquired, and integrated, which is really, really key, right? They're actually integrating these new technologies. The past few years, purchasing Falcon as a secure browser, IBM's QRadar as a SIM, Bridgeview, Evident.io in terms of which has now formed the basis of their Prisma Cloud product. What they're really doing is building these, integrating these, buying these companies, creating that strong platform. They're going to be one of the leading companies in cybersecurity as a whole. And as many people have looked at post 2021, how can we go ahead and take these 20, 30, 50 different cybersecurity products and collapse them into the top 5 to 10 different product offerings? Any chief information security officer wants to go ahead and do that as they come out in 2025, have those few key spends, have platform providers that can provide multiple different points of protection, multiple different points of data, and actually, right from their standpoint, potentially decrease overall spend. We all know cybercrime is going up, so cybersecurity spend is always going to go up, but it's always much better when you can go look to a key player in this area.
Yeah, definitely a top spend for sure. Trevor, what are some of the names in your mind? I mean, for example, CrowdStrike came well up off the lows after the debacle of the IT outage. Do you have certain names in the group, Trevor, that you have the buy ratings? I've noticed today many of the analysts have upped their price targets on Palo Alto and have positive ratings on this one. Which names, in your opinion, are best positioned?
Yeah, I think a couple of the names that we liked heading into the quarter, one of which already reported was CyberArk on the identity side. They had a great print, good positive reaction kind of since then as well, kind of around their Venafi acquisition. So that's one we like and continue to like. Another name that's yet to report is SentinelOne, also on the is like Crowd on the endpoint side. A little bit of work that company is doing around profitability, which they've been talking about for a while, and I think we're starting to kind of see the leverage there. So I think as far as bottom line kind of outlook, that one's got a lot more work that there can be done. I think investors can kind of take advantage of that, and I think they'll similarly benefit from some of the trends that Palo Alto is benefiting from, whether it's the SOC kind of transformation in the wake of kind of Splunk acquisition by Cisco, and cloud security, other dynamics there. I think SentinelOne's another name that we've been watching that we like kind of heading into the upcoming print as well.
Yeah, understood. I heard you say SentinelOne. What was the first one that you said?
CyberArk on the identity side, on the identity security side.
Okay.
They reported already, so that was one that we liked.
No, I just didn't hear it. Got it. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with it. Okay, I'll give you the last word here, Chris. Which names do you like, or what do you want to focus on last but not least?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're going to have a very interesting year, right? 2025, a lot of different things changing in terms of regulations, what's going on internationally, different international collaboration, ransomware is on the rise. So I really think when we take a look at those different things in terms of corporations needing to protect themselves, you're going back to the basics, EDR, endpoint detection and response, which you're going to see CrowdStrike. I love the double down on SentinelOne. It's a smart play, smart company, a lot of amazing things happening there. In terms of the Palo Alto and Cisco, right, those two are head to head in terms of their area of competition. I still really like the identity management space and federated identity space of Okta. I think that's a smart play, a company that is really branching out, doing many more things. And I also do like the Zscaler in terms of, once again, we're not controlling corporate traffic in through one choke point. We're actually going ahead and knowing that everyone's going to be using cloud resources. Some people are work from home permanently now. And so Zscaler really does have a great future role to play here as well.
Great to see you both. Dr. Chris Pierson at Black Cloak, Trevor Walsh from Citizens JMP. Thank you both so very much. A great conversation.